SMT Nation, we back. Nation, there are some analysts and some market people, the smart people, who are not really liking what T-Mobile is doing in regards to their joint venture going into fiber, becoming a wireline operator owner. And I'll be honest with you guys, my take on it is T-Mobile is obviously trying to expand their revenue streams. I can't fault them for that, but it doesn't look like all analysts are positive on T-Mobile's moves. But it could possibly work, and there's always the risk that it might not. But let's talk about that here in today's video. Link for the article will be provided in the description. It's used, kind of like as the inspiration of my commentary today. You guys can drop your comments at any point during the video to give your take. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if you're new here. Turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. I'll provide a link for the article down in the description. Okay, so to catch you guys up, for those of you that haven't watched any of the content in regards to T-Mobile as a fiber provider, they've recently announced an official joint venture or partnership between them and an equity firm known as EQT. And they're purchasing a fiber builder known as Lumos. And in the process, they've already completely, fully funded Lumos in building out, I think, an estimated 3.5 million past addresses within like the next few years. And in that process, they've already committed the dollars to it. T-Mobile's about $1 billion in. EQT provided the other half of that investment. And one of the things that I thought was interesting was during the earnings conference with T-Mobile, they mentioned that a fiber passing, getting service to an address was going to cost them about $500 an address. I thought that was an incredible, aggressive valuation. Speaking to some industry folks, they believe that that is a very aggressive, unrealistic number. Typically, those types of passings, based on the distribution of where Lumos is, probably should be estimated to be at least 5 times higher than that, possibly even more. Looking at the suburban to rural nature of where it's being built, it's not really in urban settings, right? Where the fiber passings can be aerial, where the fiber passings, possibly could be lower because the addresses are closer and, there's more concentrated addresses, right? Less spread out. But anyways, being fully funded and all of those types of things, one of the things that needs to be considered is the fact that T-Mobile could get involved, well, through Lumos, is government subsidies and BEAD dollars, right? So the fiber strategy has potential to actually get bigger, be funded a little bit more reliably, and have higher growth potential in reaching more locations. So for T-Mobile, it's going to be scalability as they're trying to change their business strategy to have a more converged offer. The T-Mobile 5G home internet has an extreme limitation. T-Mobile doesn't own and operate its fiber to its tower sites. So 10 gig fiber circuits, which are very costly today, and there's only so much spectrum, those types of limited restrictions. T-Mobile's doing its part to try to get involved in this convergence where they offer wireline service and wireless service, right? They're trying to do what Big Cable has done with their partnership with Verizon. Cable operators have wireline access and networks. They just needed wireless service, right? So that's, I guess, what the analysts are saying would be the T-Mobile strategy. So now T-Mobile getting involved in fiber and wireline, and along with their wireless services, it's their answer to Big Cable. Now the question becomes is, why are the analysts so sour on T-Mobile for doing this? Well, hell, during the investor conference, I heard one of the investors or analysts ask a question saying, is this whole wireline, investment, is it worth the brain damage? That is a great question. Is T-Mobile wasting their time? Is T-Mobile going to find success? Is it worth the trouble? Those are great questions to ask, because those are the same questions that people are always, asking Verizon. Where's the return on invested capital? Is it worth it to do this? It really is, right? This is a long-term investment. It is the pinnacle of broadband technologies. Nothing is better than fiber, right? And T-Mobile actually very, very specifically stated in a quote from CEO Mike Sievert, offloading traffic from the 5G network. And I think what he's speaking to is the T-Mobile home internet customer. They may look to see where they have that popularity and look to take Lumos to those locations and pass some fiber to the premise of those customers and start getting those users off the wireless network, right? And who knows, there might eventually come a day, there might be some fiber to tower sites for T-Mobile, and that could help. But just based on the values, right? $1 billion invested initially, I don't know. It seems kind of a capital light approach, as they state. May not be meaningful for a while, but the B dollars helps. And I think more of this playing out in the future lets us know what T-Mobile's going to do. You guys think T-Mobile's making a mistake? Do you think they're playing this the right way? What do you want to see from them with respect to scale? For one, I'm just kind of on the sideline watching this all play out. I don't have expectations for T-Mobile. They're new to this. They've never owned and operated fiber. My expectations are pretty low. I don't see how they could lose. They're just dipping their toes in, but what say you? Sound off in the comment section below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.